Evening. Aren't we sometimes peculiar in our ways? A new TV, we've got a television, we've got a car. But hey, there's a new TV, it's much better than mine. It's got more functionalities and it's much cooler. And yes, I need a new car, although this car doesn't give me hassles. Its mileage is high, and yeah, it needs replacement, or there's a better model of the car that you recently have. And when we are so young, we sometimes get ourselves caught into things that we could really avoid, like debt. I love the house that I have, but you know what? It needs a little upgrading. Fine, upgrade the house, you got yourself some debt on your shoulders. But you hear of a house in a neighborhood that's nice and cool because you got a promotion, a better salary. Now, the neighborhood where you are in, it's not good enough anymore. So you move to a better place because you got promoted. You buy yourself a better car. Another 20 years I'm paying that bond. Another 5 years I'm paying that car. And you've just paid off the other. Then the children come. We have medical aids for those who can afford it. And when we get older, some of us sit with debt that we regret. We live in an area that we can't afford anymore because our pensions don't allow it, because we didn't put away enough money for a good retirement. Some of us have got a low income job, so the pension isn't that good when we go on pension. But we need to manage our money wisely. I'm content with the car that I have. I keep my hand on it. I'm content with my house. When things need attention, I fix it up. But I'm not going to move to another neighborhood or buy another house or sell this house that I'm currently in that's paid up for and move into another house and maybe sit with 20,000 or 30,000 rands debt that I have to now pay off. Back to the drawing board, 10 years away from my pension. Why get myself in debt? It's just amazing the choices that we make in life financially that it gets us into debt. And then when we don't know where to turn, people can't help us. The banks offer us loans, they're willing to help us. Some of us go to even loan sharks. Now we've got even more debt, more things come up our way. Like in my case, somebody wrote into me. I have to now make a loan to pay for my access fee. Unfortunately, there are other things that have come up that I have no control over because of people that don't do their jobs properly. I'm sitting now with bad debt and I have to pay. And my car needs to be repaired, but it's drivable. So once I've sorted these other debts out from people who that did not do their work properly and plunged me into debt because of their negligence, I have to face the consequences. There's nothing I can do about it. So I have to just dock up, pay up. Once that is sorted, I'll have my car fixed. I take things one day at a time. And I also, it's amazing how we turn to God in the midst of our storm and turn to Him, rely on Him, trust in Him to help us resolve the problem. Something that I've learned in life is be wise with what you have. God's given us that wisdom to manage our finances wisely. Some of us in a low income job, but we can improve ourselves, advance ourselves in our workplace, and make attempts to study, do research studies, and get ourselves up into higher positions of our workplace. We can do that. Some of our jobs give us that opportunity. Some of us have even got the ability to run a small little business on the side, maybe even from the street, from the sidewalk where we stay. Some of us have those gifts and those talents. Put it to use. Generate yourself an income. Start your own small business. So yes, we need to seek God, to trust in God. I've got the storms in my life that can stress me, give me sleepless nights, even have a negative impact on my health. But the thing I have learned in life, pray about it, trust God, let go, and know He's going to resolve the problems, the storms that hound you in life. When we face storms, sometimes it feels I'm the only one suffering this storm. Look at everybody, they're happy. Look at them, they've got smiles on their faces. But in the meantime, they too are carrying storms in their lives. And sometimes we are too scared and shy to open to people about the storms and telling us to stop being so negative, stop being so pessimistic. But that's not God. And the amazing thing is, there are people out there that God uses, who He's trained up, raised up to help us out of our troubles and out of our problems. God has raised up people to be doctors. So when we are sick, He uses them to heal us. There are people out there that can help us with finances without plunging us into more debt. It's just a matter of about praying to God, seeking His face, wait to hear upon Him and what He says. And let's not run ahead of Him. Because when we run ahead of God and we think that what we're about to do is from God, at the end of the day it's not from God. So we need to use the spirit of discernment and ask the Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, is this from God? Can I go ahead and do what I want to do? Something I've learned in life is sometimes people around me have believed, no, it is definitely a hit from God, a message from God, leave the job, it is fine, you've got the money, deposit it in the bank, live off the interest. But you know what? Satan waits for us. For he tells us in our minds, do these things and you'll be fine. And we think in our minds, this is of God. And at the end of the day, we lose everything. We lose everything because we do not seek God. And also another thing is, how much time do we spend with God? Do we only go to hear about God from the pastor and then get on with our lives, or do we still spend time with God at home? So my message is, seek God when storms hit you. Seek Him for direction, seek Him for wisdom. God has all the answers to our solution. Listen to me, to our problems. There's nothing God cannot fix and sort out for us. Sometimes in life when we make wrong choices, it's never too late. God steps in, lets us learn from it and helps us fix it. So yes, don't run ahead of Him, but seek Him and spend time with Him. God bless.